I don't usually pull the revisionist card because considering how I pretty much think that all people that believe in socialism or anarchism or Marxism, communism, are free to interpret those beliefs however they see fit in a more moderate stance of reformist, working within the system, or violent revolution, or, some other radical fundamentalist belief structure, makes no mind to me. I figure the problem here is capitalism. So how you go about handling capitalism is up to you. But unfortunately, this Reddit topic has motivated me to invoke the word revisionist, which to me is even worse than calling someone a fascist, because a fascist implies that you know what they are. They know what they are. But to call someone a revisionist is to imply that they seem to think they're a revolutionary when they're not. In fact, they are the opposite of a revolutionary. They are counterproductive to the revolution. They are just in every way a disease, a cancer upon any revolutionary activity. And, I don't think that's what revisionism originally meant. It just meant, taking the words of Marx or any other communist philosopher and then twisting them to befit your own ideology. At least that's how Maoists tend to use it against Trotskyists. But what I'm using it here is counter-revolutionary, reactionary, just anti-communism. It's anti-communism under the banner of communism. It's just, it's a betrayal to the beliefs of socialists, anarchists, left-wing rhetoric. So let me get to the point. The point is that, I go to this Reddit topic, and this guy is excusing himself for banning liberals. And he goes on to say about why they call them liberals and why they're not true Scotsmen and things like that. He's the one banning people, yet he's talking about who is and who isn't a true Scotsman. Really? So, what I ask you, the viewer, is what in your mind constitutes equality and solidarity if you don't believe in the freedom of speech? It's just that simple. I mean, this guy apparently is an anarchist and wants everyone to be equal, wants everyone's labor to be equal. We all are to be respected for what we contribute. We're all to be, to have equal rights, equal treatment under the law, and then he goes and bans people. Why? What possible excuse in the world could you have to censor other people if you're going to claim anarchy? That makes no sense at all. That's completely hypocritical. And no one should put up with it. Perhaps I'm a bit harsh to say that I would put a gun to his head and, blow his brains out for daring to, come between me and my own business. I'm minding my own business talking to somebody, and then some fucking fascist motherfucker comes along and bothers me, and you know what? I should be able to put a gun in his mouth. And, yeah, maybe that's a little harsh, but, he's the anarchist. I would think that that would be his mentality. His mentality would be that, when somebody thinks that they can impose their will upon you, you hurt them. That, to me, has always been the typical anarchist philosophy. And then somewhere along the way, anarchism became this umbrella term for everybody, ever. Regardless of political persuasion, regardless of their ideals, anarchism just became this verb instead of a noun. And at that, it's become more of a verb for the right wing, where anarcho-capitalism is gaining momentum. And then there's mutualism, and I don't even want to comprehend what the fuck mutualism is. So, what's going on here? Whatever happened to anarchism just being communism with a little more edge to it? Willing to, pick up something blunt and hit somebody over the head with it. When did anarchism become this, excuse for the right wing to proclaim that we're sick of government oppression and censorship, but then turn around and do the same fucking thing under the pretense of private property? I mean, I will link you to the topic so you can see for yourself. But this guy goes out of his way to say that, oh, it's just the internet. Don't take it so seriously. You wouldn't go into somebody's house party and ruin it. No. But nobody came to your party and ruined it. You took it upon yourself to impose your will on other people just having an opinion and sharing that opinion. If you didn't want to hear other people's opinion, then why the fuck did you open up a group about opinions? And if you weren't prepared for differing opinions, then why'd you invite yourself? No, it isn't them that's ruining the house party, it's you. Because you're the one that thinks you get to decide who does and doesn't have an opinion. Which is contrary to anything regarding the left wing, let alone anarchism. You are the complete opposite. You are the negative anarchism. And that's not even fascism. Fascism does not cover that to its most extreme end. But fascist is the only thing I can think of to call you at the time, because quite frankly, authoritarian, totalitarian douchebag just doesn't have the same ring to it. It doesn't have the same ring to it as someone with a fucking swastika on their forehead, goose stepping in place, trying to instill fear and, rigid authority upon everybody else, because that's what you are. You are a fascist little scumbag that, thinks you know better, and not only do you know better, but that you have the right to impose that knowing better upon everybody else. And I'm tired right now, but it doesn't change the fact that, it makes me sick. It makes me sick that, so-called anarchists get away with this shit. Get away with this reactionary bullshit. And have the audacity to call themselves anarchists. You're not fucking anarchist. Just because you don't like the current government does not make you a fucking anarchist. That's not how it works. You could hate all government and still not be an anarchist. That, I'm sick of pretending like this stupidity is acceptable. It's not acceptable. And for this guy to go on this tangent about how liberals have no place in the anarchist board, dictating who does and doesn't belong. Oh, because segregation, that's really anarchists. And then insulting them, saying that, oh, well, they're like those Ron Paul faggots anyway, or something to that effect. I'll link you to below so you can see what he said. But, that's the problem with the internet now. See you later.